Next I will discuss about the cleansing agent. Basically we think about the soap and detergent. Soap and detergent. At first I will discuss about soap. What is soap? Soaps are the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. So we can write soap are the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acids like your stearic acid, oleic acid, palmitic acid, like your what? Stearic acid. Next is your oleic acid. Next is your palmitic acid, etc. Soaps are the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid like stearic acid, oleic acid, palmitic acid, etc. Soaps can be prepared by conveniently method. Soaps are conveniently made by stirring the liquid or melted fatty acid with the caustic potash or caustic soda. These two are called lye, which are called lye. Suppose I will take a higher fatty acid, that is your tristyrene. Now it is subjected to reaction with the sodium hydroxide, that is your caustic soda. The structure of tristyrene is your this is the structure of tristyrene. This is the structure of tristyrene. It is subjected to reaction with the sodium hydroxide, then gives glycerol. This is the structure of glycerol. With the glycerol, also sodium salt of stearic acid is formed. That is your sodium stearate. That is your C17H35 CONA. That is your said to be sodium stearate. This is considered is your soap. When tristyrene is subjected to reaction with the sodium hydroxide, then glycerol and sodium stearate is formed, which is considered as your soap. Next I will discuss about the classification of soap. Soap can be classified into different types, but we generally think about two main types. So we can write soap can be classified into two types, such as number one is your washing soap, another is your toilet soap. Second is your toilet soap. There are two types of soap. One is your washing soap, another is your toilet soap. At first, I will discuss about the washing soap. Washing soaps are generally made from cheaper fatty acids like your maho oil, rosni, etc. So we can write these soaps are prepared from cheaper fatty acid like Maho oil, Rosni, etc. For this type of soap, we generally use sodium hydroxide for saponification. So we can write, for this type of soap, sodium hydroxide is used for saponification. In this type of soap, slightly excess of alkali is present. So we can write, this type of soap contain slightly excess alkali. In this type of soap, sodium silicate is used as a filler. So you can write, sodium silicate is used as a filler in this type of soap. In this type of soap, cheap perfumes are added to remove the smell of the raw material. So you can write, a little cheap perfume are added to remove the smell of raw material. To increase the mass of the soap, generally cheap starch and fine clay are used. So you can write, cheap starch and fine clay are added to increase the mass of the soap. This type of soaps are generally used for cleaning of the cloth and other cleaning purpose. So you can write, this type of soap are generally used for cleaning of cloth and other cleaning purpose. This type of soap do not use on the skin because it contains excess amount of alkali which give harmful to the skin. So you can write, this type of soap cannot be used for bathing purpose because this type of soap contain little excess of alkali which is harmful to the skin. Next I will discuss about the toilet soap. This type of soap are prepared from the quality type of fatty acid that is obtained from animal or vegetable. So you can write, this type of soaps are prepared from quality animal or vegetable fats or a mixture of both. That means you can prepare the soap from only animal fats or from only vegetable fats, or you can prepare the soap from a mixture of both animal and vegetable fats. After saponification of this type of soap, these type of soaps are made free from alkali by the help of salting out process. So we can write after saponification, this type of soap are made free from alkali by salting out process, which is already covered in the first year course. Some colors and perfumes are added in this type of soap during shredding or crushing. Some examples are sodium stearate. The formula is your C17H35CONa. Next is your sodium olate. The formula is your C17H33CONa. Next is your sodium palmitate. The formula is your C15H31CONa. What are the advantages of soap and what are the disadvantages of soap? At first I will discuss about the advantages of soap. Soaps are biodegradable. That means it is easily degraded by the microorganism. So you can write soaps are biodegradable. Soaps are eco-friendly. They do not harmful to the environment. That means they do not causes the environmental pollution. So you can write soaps are eco-friendly. These are the advantages of soap. Then what are the disadvantages? Of soap. There are two types of water. One is your hard water, another is your soft water. But soap is not suitable for hard water. That means they do not give foam in hard water. As a result, the cleansing property of soap is very less as compared to the detergent. So we can write weak cleansing properties than detergent. There are many types of soaps are also present. We can think about that type of soap. Soap powder or scouring soap contain soap scouring agent. That is your we think about the abrasive agent such as powder pumic or finely divided sand and builder like sodium carbonate and trisodium phosphate. Remember an important point. This point can be written in the note part. Soap powder or scouring soap contains soap scouring reagent, that is your abrasive reagent, such as powder, pumic or finely divided sand and builder like sodium carbonate and trisodium phosphate. There are different types of soaps are present. At first we discuss about the medicated soap. Medicated soaps are used for curing the skin disease, and medicated soaps generally contain some medicinal substance. There is also another type of soap, that is shaving soap, which generally contain glycerol to avoid rapid dryness of skin. There is also another type of soap, that is laundry soap, which generally contain filler for the better washing of the cloth. You know very well, some soaps are transparent. This can be prepared by the help of alcohol. So we can write transparent soaps are prepared by dissolving the toilet soap in alcohol and evaporating the filtrate. Next is your magnesium soap. Magnesium soaps are used for dry cleaning. Marine soaps are prepared from coconut oil and palm oil. Coconut oil and palm oil. Soaps that floats over the water can be made by tinning air bubbles into the product before they hardening. This is all about your soap. Next I will discuss about the detergent. Detergents are also called soap-less soap, or it is also called synthets. Detergent are either sodium salt of alkali hydrogen sulfate or sodium salt of long chain alkyl benzene sulfonic acid. Here the alkyl group contain 12 to 18 carbon atom. So we can write here alkyl group contain 12 to 18 carbon atom. Next I will discuss about the classification of detergent. Detergents are classified into three types. One is your cationic detergent, next is your anionic detergent, next is your neutral detergent. So we can write detergent can be classified into three types: such are number one is your cationic detergent, number two is your anionic detergent, and next is your neutral detergent. At first I will discuss about the cationic detergent. The cationic active surface detergent are those which contain cationic hydrophilic group. The example of cationic detergent are N-benzyl quaternary ammonium chloride. Next I will discuss about the anionic detergent. What is anionic detergent? The anionic active surface detergents are those which contain anionic hydrophilic group. The example of anionic detergent are sodium dodecyl sulfate, sodium paradodecyl, benzene sulfanoate. These are the example of anionic detergent. Next I will discuss about the neutral detergent. Remember an important point: cationic detergent contain cationic hydrophilic group, anionic detergent contain anionic hydrophilic group, but neutral detergent do not contain any ion. So we can write neutral detergent do not contain any ion, but they can form hydrogen bond with the water molecule. So we can write, but the polar group can form hydrogen bond with the water molecule. The example of neutral detergent are penta-erythritol monostearate. This is an example of neutral detergent. Next I will discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of detergent. At first I will discuss about the advantages of detergent. The detergent can be used even in hard water. First point is they are used in the hard water. They are used in acidic medium. Detergents are more soluble in water than soap. Detergent shows more cleansing property than soap. Detergents can be prepared from hydrocarbon which is produced from petroleum product. Next I will discuss about the disadvantages of detergent. Remember, they are non-biodegradable. First point is they are non-biodegradable. They do not degrade by the help of microorganisms. They can stay long time. They are harmful to aquatic life. The detergent also inhibit the oxidation of organic substance present in the water. So we can write it also inhibit the oxidation of organic substance present in the water. These are the disadvantages of the detergent. Next I will discuss an important question which is always come in the exam, that is the difference between soap and detergent. Always come 2 mark in the exam. What is soap, what is detergent, and what are the difference? Soap are the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. Remember, detergent are not the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. It is either sodium salt of alkyl hydrogen sulfate or sodium salt of long chain alkyl benzene sulfanoic acid. Soaps are prepared from natural oil and fat, but remember, detergent are formed from hydrocarbon which is obtained from petroleum product. Detergents are formed from hydrocarbon which is formed from petroleum product. Soaps cannot suitable for acidic medium, but detergent suitable in acidic medium. Soaps are biodegradable. But detergents are non-biodegradable. Soaps can form insoluble salt with calcium and magnesium which is present in hard water. So we can write soap cannot used in hard water. On the other hand, the calcium and magnesium salts are dissolved in water. That means we think about the calcium and magnesium salt of detergent. This is all about your difference between soap and detergent. Next I will discuss about the cleansing action of soap and detergent. Cleansing action of soap and detergent. Remember an important point, the cleaning action of soap and detergent are called detergent action or detergency. So we can write the cleaning action of soap and detergents are called detergency or detergent action. There are two parts. Of a soap or detergent. One is your polar part, and the second is your non-polar part. That means the detergent or soap have two parts. One is your polar part and another is your non-polar part. The polar part always soluble in the water and the non-polar part always soluble in the oil. Let me explain with an example. Suppose I will take a detergent. CH3, CH2, 10, CH2 bond O, S, O2, O, Na plus O minus. This is the formula of a detergent. This is your said to be non-polar part. Up to this, this is your said to be non-polar part, and this is up to this is your said to be polar part. That means this part will be soluble in oil and this part will soluble in water. Like that, detergent we can also take the example of a soap. CH3 CH2 15 bond CH2 bond C double bond O minus Na plus. This is an example of soap, and up to this part is called your non-polar part, and this part up to this part is called your polar part. This part soluble in your oil and this part soluble in your water. That means when we immerse a dirty cloth, then the oily substance dark particle must be attached to this part, and the another particles that is which are polar part is attached to the polar part of the soap. Remember the cleansing action of soap. The cleansing action of soap or detergent takes place in two steps. Step one is in the first step, a dirty cloth is immersed in a mixture of soap and water. Then what will happen? The surface tension of the water decreases and the oil drop bearing the dirt particle is weighted on the surface followed by the formation of the associated colloid, that is the formation of the micelle. So we can write in this step the dirty cloth is emerged in the mixture of soap and water. Then the surface tension of water decreases and the oil droplet bearing that is weighted over the surface, followed by the formation of associated colloids, that is the formation of micelle. Then what will be the structure of micelle? Suppose I will take a oily or greasy dart present in the dirty cloth. Then what will happen? It is your non-polar part of the dirt particles. Here we take the soap solution. That means at first the non-polar part of the soap is attached with the non-polar part of the dirt and form a micelle. Suppose I will draw like this. This is your chain up to O minus. Then here N plus will be attached. This is your CH3, CH2 up to O minus. Your minus charge is written here. And the Nm plus is written like this. All the non-polar part of the soap connected to the non-polar part of the dart and form a micelle like this. These are the soap molecules. Your minus charge is present, your Na plus is written. Look at that, the non-polar part of the soap molecule connected to the non-polar part of the dart, that is your oil or grease particles, and form this type of micelle. When you will wash the cloth, then this micelle is removed as a foam and the cloth will be now clean. In the step 2, due to decrease of surface tension between oil and water, a stable emulsion of oil in water is formed. These are the steps for the cleansing action of soap or detergent. This is all about the cleansing agent, that is your soap and detergent.